Hi, hello, how are you? You're listening to I've Always Said That with your host, Brad. This is Survivor 49, episode 10. Let's get into it. Alright, so last week, Alex has gone home. Rizzo's plan, once again, has been successful. Getting out the middleman. He wanted to draw lines in the sands. Baby, lines in the sands have been drawn, and you're out. They get back to camp, and Christina is crying, saying that she's going to be next. Like, baby, you're not even in that good of a position. You were left out of the vote because you were obviously close with Alex, but I don't think you're going to be getting targeted next. Yes, it seems like you're on the outside of the numbers, but there seems to be a lot of floaters at this stage in the game, so I really think anything could happen. The rest discuss Steven and Christina, with obviously, I think, Steven being the bigger threat of the two. The next day, Sage decides to tell Joanne about Christina's idol. She says to Joanne to tell everyone else that she has just really bad gas. Like, they're talking off to the side of the beach in the morning, and she's like, everyone's always conscious about who's gaming and who's not. She's like, just tell them I'm farting a lot. I've got really bad gas. And I'm like, valid. Good plan, Queen. No one's going to question that. Joanne is pissed that Steven has told Sage and not him, because him and Steven, well, he thought, had a sort of like buddy-buddy system going, that they were pretty close with each other. Got it wrong. So then Joanne goes to Steven and does something that I thought was very smart, and I give huge props to Joanne, is to test him. To just be like, I don't know if Christina's got an idol or something, she's being shady or what the go is there. And Steven's like, nah, I don't think so. I'll talk to her again, but I don't think she's got anything. And I'm like, you've been caught out. You've been caught out indeed. Also, if someone comes to you like an ally, and you know that you've told their other ally that this person has an idol, and then they come and talk to you about them possibly having an idol, put two and two together. He's been told. This is your chance to fess up and try and clear the air a little bit. But anyway, I guess it's hard to be thinking on your feet when you're starving, but sure thing. Joanne's issue is anytime he has any sort of doubt, he's like, they have to go. He's like, they have to go. MC is being shady, gone. Steven's being shady, gone. I'm like, dude, you're actually just voting out your allies and doing Savannah and Rizzo's dirty work. But let's have a think about it. Christina's taking it pretty personally. She's very upset with her talking to Steven. I love her, but this isn't her game. I think she's a really fun character to watch. I've been really enjoying her. I don't think she's a contender to win, in my opinion. She even mentions thinking about going home, and I'm just like, that's just the final nail in the coffin, isn't it? Babe, just fight. If even if you are in a terrible position, fight, make your mark. You can still leave a mark and pull off moves from the bottom. It can be done. They still want to get Savannah, and I'm like, okay, you're getting Savannah, but if that's not working, mix it up. Go for somebody else. Anyway, challenge time, and they get to the challenge, and Jeff sees Christina is down, and he's like, Christina, what's going on? You seem down, but she completely breaks down. She's sobbing, and she's saying how she misses her mom. Her mom passed away a couple years ago, and she was the only one that could really drag her out of this state of mind when she's feeling like that. And it's it's hard to watch, just because of the raw emotion. I think they've been out there almost 20 days now, very little food. She's obviously struggling. She's on the bottom, and this is just the straw that broke the camel's back. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone this emotionally distraught at the start of a challenge. I'm like, fuck. But she composes herself, she gets it together, and it's time to get on with the reward challenge. And for the first time, the reward is they're going to the sanctuary. And I'm like, I don't even really like the sanctuary. The reward challenges are just pissing me off now. But they're going to the reward sanctuary for burgers and food and all that jazz. Split into two teams. Blue team is Soph, Sophie, Sage, and Steven. Yellow, Joanne, Rizzo, Christina, and Savannah. Ultimately, Blue pulls it out, but not after Christina pulls it out on the balance beam. She is basically hanging off on the bottom, about to fall in the water. But she manages to pull herself up and over and out of it. And I'm like, slay to you. This is one of those moments where it's I understand Jeff going on the deeper, you did that. You really did that. That's the one time I'm like, yes, I appreciate that. She really did that. She's obviously going through a hard time, and she used that emotion to get through the challenge. Slay. But in the end, she lost. Blue team 1, Soph, Sophie, Sage, and Steven are going to the sanctuary. The yellow team back at camp are absolutely destroyed. Even Rizzo's breaking down, like shedding some tears. And I'm like, fuck, like, I'm just like, that couldn't be me. Could not be me. I love this game, but like, I don't think I have the personal strength to go out there. Would I challenge myself? If someone called me up tomorrow and said, do you want to go on Safari? I'd be like, yeah, sure, absolutely. But looking at that, I'm like, oh, that looks rough. Yuck. Juwan goes out and he wants to try and cheer everyone up, and he goes and gets the Hawaiian sling, and he gets the tiniest little fish. I'm like, that's so sweet. That's gonna be like the most minuscule little bite for everyone, but hey, it's the thought that counts. At the sanctuary, the food is absolutely huge. On the other hand, they are eating down. Sophie and Sage are chatting in the hammock, and Sage is like, I have a plan. Savannah. That's the plan. That's the plan. There's actually no plan on how to do it, or who the numbers are, or what she's going to do to convince people, or whatever. It's just Savannah. And I'm like, Sage, I know you've got a vendetta against her, but we need to have some sort of thoughts and process on how you're going to achieve this. Obviously, immunity depending, but you got to have something in place, surely. Back at camp, Rizzo officially pitches Steven to Juwan, Soph, Sage, and Savannah. And I'm immediately like, I know Sage won't be on board. And then it cuts to her in the confessional, and she's like, no. I love how blunt she is. She's probably like one of the better characters on this season. I'm really enjoying her. Sage and Juwan go off and talk about going Savannah once again. She also goes to Steven and says Savannah with them two, Christina, Juwan, and Sophie. That should be the numbers 5 versus 3 to get Savannah out. However, Sage catches up with Sophie again and says she says she's down, but she's actually really in the middle. So it's going to be Juwan, Steven, Sage, and Christina against Sophie. Soph, oh my God. Soph, Savannah, Rizzo, and then she's kind of in the middle. Is that right? Yes. So the two Sophs are like absolutely killing me. Savannah, Soph, Rizzo, and then on the other side, Steven, Christina, Sage, Juwan, yellow Sophie in the middle. Yes, capiche? Got it. We got the immunity challenge, and this looks like a real proper challenge. No just like endurance test or anything like that. It looks fun. They got these teeter-totter tunnels, which are new. Just say that 13 times. Teeter-totter tunnels. And then just before they start, Jeff brings out the dilemma. A full bag of rice for enough for everyone to last through to the rest of the game, but it's going to cost 3 people sitting out. There's only 8 of them left. If any of them sit out, I would be absolutely freaking shocked. Anyway, there's a bit of back and forth between Juwan and Jeff, but like I feel like Jeff kind of shuts it down. Like he's kind of like doesn't really give. He's like, I'm basically no, that's it. You'll come this far, you're doing it. Okay, sure. Sophie takes out the individual immunity and just beating out Steven. So this is great news. Sage is thrilled Savannah didn't win. She's over the fucking moon. She's like, tonight is the night Savannah is going. At this point, if she isn't responsible for getting Savannah out, she doesn't win the game. Like, I think she's hinged so much of her game on getting Savannah out. Like, she did with the Shannon earlier on in the pre-merge, but she got Shannon out. And now she's been so focused on Savannah. It's like, you need to be the sole responsible person for getting her out. Otherwise, I don't think your chances of winning are going to be very good. The trio and Juwan say they're locked in for Steven. The trio being Soph, Savannah, Rizzo, and then Juwan says they're locked in for Steven. Sophie tells Savannah that Sage and Juwan are flipping. And I'm like, yes, that is my girl. Sophie, I knew I liked you. She wants Savannah as a challenge shield. And I'm like, oh, that's actually very smart, because those two women, they're very, very good at the challenges. They have taken out the majority of individual immunity challenges thus far. So having two kind of challenge beasts there sort of protects Sophie a little bit. Sophie says to Rizzo and Savannah that Christina has an idol. So I'm like, now it's out to pretty much everyone. Everyone knows Christina has an idol. But if they see Rizzo play his idol for Savannah, would Christina not throw her idol on Steven? So then it's kind of like, oh shit, who's going to get the votes? Cut to Christina reading my mind, saying she's going to throw a vote on Rizzo in case that exact scenario happens, which makes sure Rizzo is then the one to go home. She goes to Savannah for some reason, saying, I'm on the bottom, I'm a number. And I'm like, I don't believe that for a second. And neither does Savannah. She looks her dead in the face and she's like, well, who are you voting for? Who are you voting for then? And she's like, I'm just asking you, this is how I game. Who are you voting for? And Christina fumbles. She's like, can't talk. She's like, oh, I don't know. I just need a second. She goes, take like 5 steps and she kind of stands there and she's like, I don't like this. Like, I don't know what to say. And it's like so clear. You can't give her an answer. You're writing her name down. Like, why did you even try and do this when Savannah's like, I know she had no intention of working with me whatsoever. She just wanted to try and get some information. And she did really poorly at it, to be honest. She messes with Joanne saying this is a big test. Savannah messes with Joanne saying this is going to be a big test of trust. Knowing he's already flipped. She's like, oh my God, this is my first time without an individual immunity. Like, I'm going to be vulnerable at tribal. Oh my God, Joanne, this is going to be your test of friendship here, like of trust. Knowing that he's already flipped. I'm like, I love this. This acting is top tier. She says they think we're going to be voting Steven. So let's vote for Joanne or Sage. I'm like, yes, this is the gameplay I wanted. They think, obviously, they're going to be voting Steven. Christina's going to throw her idol on Steven, waste the idol, and they're going to vote out someone else. She's like, let's get the flippers. Let's get the people that keep flip-flopping around. And I'm like, nice. She goes to Sophie and shows her extra vote to kind of like get a little bit of trust with her, saying, basically, it's going to be us 4 plus the extra vote, so it's going to be 5 versus 3. And she gives her the choice of going Joanne or Sage. And I'm like, smart move. Oh my God, we're making such good moves. I am really enjoying this. Sophie, however, is like still considering going Steven still. And I'm like, oh no, do something exciting, please. Go Joanne or Sage. Like, I think that's a much better option going forward. At Tribal, they're chit-chatting and such, and then Joanne makes a huge mistake and says the person going home is going to be surprised. And I'm like, why would you say that? Like, you're allegedly supposed to be voting with Savannah against Steven, and Steven knows he's getting votes. So saying that the person going home is going to be surprised is like, you're obviously flipping. Savannah knows this and is like playing into it going, oh my God, what? What's going on? So they all vote. Jeff asks if anyone has an advantage or an idol to play, now is the time to do so. Pause. And I'm like, ooh, who's going to play their idol first? Christina plays her idol for Steven. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Rizzo plays his idol for Savannah. Finally. However, Rizzo plays a fake idol. This is not a hidden immunity idol. Oh my God, it's too good. So I'm thinking like, is he trying to convince everyone that he had a fake idol the whole time, that he didn't have a real idol? Or is he just being like, gotcha, nah, of course I'm not playing my idol. Either way, it's messing with everyone's head and I'm absolutely loving it. So Jeff reads the votes. Savannah, Joanne, Rizzo, Savannah, Joanne, Savannah, Joanne, Joanne, Joanne. Joanne goes home with a 5-3-1 split. Savannah did indeed use her extra vote. And gosh, she put on a performance when those votes were being read out. She's like, oh, did you do this? Did you do this, Joanne? And Joanne's like, yeah, I did. Like, thinking she's about to go home. And then she's like, wrong, you're going home. I'm like, again, such a successful tribal for this group. Christina flushed her idol. Sage is devastated that she's lost her number 1. Rizzo still has his idol. They are in such a good position now. It's like absolutely crazy. As they're leaving tribal, Rizzo's like, he took my torch. Of course Joanne took Rizzo's torch. He's been taking people's stuff all game, like Savannah's bag and everything, and now he's taking Rizzo's torch. So on brand. At least he's consistent. So those who voted for Joanne were Sophie, Rizzo, and Savannah twice. And then Savannah was Steven, Sage, and Joanne. And then Christina threw a vote on Rizzo, which is what we expected them to do. And I'm really glad that this group is coming together really nicely. So we've only got 7 left. We got that core trio of Savannah, Rizzo, and Soph. Soph still has a knowledge of power. Rizzo still has his idol. We have Sophie, who is kind of with them. And then we have Steven, Sage, and Joanne, sort of at that 3 at the bottom. But I'm like, anything could still happen and shake it up sort of thing. So I'm really excited to see how this is going. I'm absolutely thoroughly enjoying this season. So good. And if you hate it, I think you're just wrong. Do you agree with who was voted out? Did you like this tribal in this episode overall? Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts below using the hashtag I've Always Said That. Remember to follow us on Instagram at I've Always Said That.pod and TikTok, of course. Follow, comment, subscribe, review. It really helps us here at the podcast. This has been Brad for I've Always Said That. Thank you. You're welcome. Love you. Bye.